What up? What up? What's good, everybody? How's everybody doing? Welcome to Paranormal Hood Live. The Fact Seekers show. Let me a sip of water here. Get my blunt rolled up here, you know. Everybody get in here. Let's see. This video, this is going out live right now, and then it won't be on YouTube afterwards. It will show up there, but it's going to be in limbo because StreamYard, I'm over my 20 free hours for the month. So StreamYard's not recording this and won't let YouTube put it up there. So this stream, I tried to go on just through the old way that we do without StreamYard and OBS, but for some reason OBS isn't picking up the microphones, and I can't get the sound to work so that you guys could hear me. So I had to go on through OBS. Through StreamYard again right now, and StreamYard gave me a message before when I was going on saying that this show will not be recorded due to the restriction on the hours. They only give you like 20 hours a month free. So the good news is, though, I think the other StreamYard account that we use will be able to be used again for next week's show. I think that, it should be about 30 days since I overstreamed on that StreamYard thing, because I'm not paying StreamYard money. So, also the other videos from the other day, they'll be live again. We just kept them down for right now. This is Jiggy's mom doesn't know about any of this and stuff yet. So the rest of the family does. But we just wanted to keep that down for now until, the appropriate times and things have been handled by the appropriate people. So, yeah. But they're there. They're still there. And they'll be there for everybody to see again. And there'll be plenty more videos coming after that. Does everything sound good? Do I sound good? Because I was watching one of the videos from the other day, and I kept on hearing a crackling sound, like the mic cord or something's fucked up. I have to fucking figure out that. Yep. Long day. It's gonna be a short show. Good. Sound is good, huh? That's good. What's the metaphor? Good to see you in the chat, Meta. There's somebody in the chat who's Paranormal Hood right now. She could be considered Paranormal Hood. Meta is member Paranormal Hood. Trying to get high here. You know. Such a bad person to get high. Even though I got a medical prescription. I'm good. Little rough today. Quit smoking cigarettes, so you know, smoking a few extra blunts. Fucking head hurts. You know, so quitting smoking cigarettes today, 1 month after Jiggy passed away. Probably should have picked a different day, but whatever. I've made it this far, right? Day's almost over. Tomorrow will be easier. Yeah, I should have never started smoking them again out of mine, but you know, shit happens. I didn't fucking like smoking them anyway. So I don't even like miss it. It's just the fucking habit of fucking doing it and shit. So yeah, I know, Robin. It's 1 month already today. Well, today it's like 4 weeks. I don't know if it's exactly 1 month because he passed on the 11th. So. Yeah, I got that. I got an herbal blend right here out of mine that helps me out. You know, so that's how I quit smoking last time. This time will be easier to quit smoking. I've been smoking for like 20 fucking years when I quit last time. I hadn't smoked a cigarette for over 10 years. And then fucking, I don't know, when I had the vid there, for some fucking reason, me and Smoke Queen decided that we were fucking gonna start smoking again. It's part of my midlife crisis, you know. Start smoking, go out and buy fucking fancy new cars and shit. Fuck it, why not? Take a new car, new Jeep off road. Fuck it all up. Have to get it fixed. You know, fuck it. Peace, Cali boss. Hope everything's going good in the new place there. So, yeah, see the mic's fucking, something's up with my mic. I don't know what's going on. Could be the soundboard. This fucking soundboard's getting old now and shit. I gotta clean it out again too. I gotta fucking find the cleaner and clean it out. Maybe I'll switch it down to the smaller soundboard. Since it's just me in here right now, I can always throw another mic. I think at the smallest soundboard we can have 4 mics. On this one we can have like 10 mics. Actually, I think we can have more than that. Hold on, 1, 2, 3. No, we can have 15 mics on this. Holy shit. I think the most we've had on here is we have 10 mics that we can plug in. And we used to use like all of them. Right, Meta? Well, Meta didn't use it because she would fall asleep. What's up, Littles? What's up, Terry? If you were Terry, Littles. Yeah, Backyard Con. Maybe we'll do Backyard Con. You used the red one? I don't remember what color you have. Oh, Buddy Greenberg used the green one. What's up, my sister Terry? I'm sure Littles has shared the news with you and everything. I can let you know that it's confirmed that it's been delivered. So now we'll just wait and see what happens with that whole situation. Because, you know, if it continues, especially after that, you know, I mean, that would definitely be some trolling, huh? Well, we won't go into all that right now. I'm too tired to deal with all that bullshit right now. Oh, sorry, I'm fucking tired. Oh, fuck. How's everybody else doing? Anything fucking good going on out there? I don't even really want to cover anything because, like I said, this video is not going to be there. It's not going to. I mean, you guys might see the fucking thumbnail and stuff, but you're going to click on it and it will say unavailable. Like, I can show you. If I go to the. Yeah, I'll fucking. Yeah, well, give me something to do. Let me show you. Where is it? Oh, here it is. All right, ready? I'll share this shit. Can you all see that shit? But if you look here, this is the stream we did. Vajiggy, 55 hours. It's here. It shows up on my videos, but we can't watch it because StreamYard won't. Because I was over the free 20 hours. Obviously, I was over the hours because we had already streamed earlier in the month and stuff like that on that. And then there's 55 hours and stuff. I think they said that I was at like close to 70 hours. And they're like, wow, you know, you're above average streamer and stuff. I'm like, okay. They're trying to say a whole bunch of shit to get me to fucking get a membership and everything. But I was like, nope, I'm good. I'm not paying you for shit. So yeah, so that's what this video tonight is going to show up like that. It will show up. It will be there. It will just be stuck in limbo. See, the other videos are there. People want to claim, oh, no, I took them down. I'm hiding something. No, it's right here. They're here. They're just private for now. They'll be back. But yeah, so I don't know. I wonder if I pay them the $20 or whatever the fuck it is that they want me to pay them for the fucking membership and shit, if they'll actually let that jiggy the tribute stream there of all the shows and stuff that played, if they'll let that go through. And because it's just YouTube's trying to process it. I reached out to them like, oh, why's my video not? They're like, well, we can't process the video. We don't have access to it. And I was like, okay, so it's just like it's just gonna be stuck there in limbo unless I delete it. But I'm not gonna delete it. So, but I don't know if I do pay it, if that will work. You know what I mean? So that's why I'm like, am I gonna pay these guys $20 and then it still doesn't work? So I can always, you know, maybe I'll pay it and then I'll do a stream like that again. We'll just play a whole bunch of the old videos or something like I did on a loop. Oh, I bet I have the $20. I just don't want to pay the $20 to stream yet. Fucking assholes. Fuck, I can't fucking find my lighter. I gotta use the goddamn torch. I guess I could try it, you know, and see if it fucking goes to the lets it process. I don't know. Oh, thank you, BGs. Yeah, I got to redo it though. It's too bright compared to the blue that's on the decals on the side on that say Wrangler. So because I used it, I had to prime it with something, and I primed it with a white, so it made the blue really bright blue, and it's supposed to be a little darker than that. So I got to take that off, and I got to prime it. I'm probably going to prime it with a gray, so it has that little bit darker color, like just like the badges and everything. But it's pretty close for now. It's going to stay that way for a while because I don't feel like taking that shit apart and fucking peeling all that plastic dip off. But yeah, it looks good. Thank you. Blacked everything else out. I just got the Jeep logos for the side and stuff. I'm gonna black that out. It still will have the blue outline on it and stuff. And I gotta get the Sahara and black that out. It'll just have a little silver trim on the outside of it. And I'm gonna black out the tail lights and the third brake light and the side marker lights up front. So the whole thing will be blacked out except for the grill and the little bit of logos, the badges on the side that say fucking RM blue. This fucking blunt keeps going out. This fucking weed is so. Hey, I'll put it in the light. Yes, that's weed. That's some nice purple weed. It's almost black, but it's so sticky. The blunt doesn't want to stay lit. The blunt doesn't want to stay lit. So. Plus, I missed a few spots on the grill because it's real hard to fucking grill, but you can always see it if you get up real close on it and know what you're looking for. So it's all good. But it's just in like some of the really tight little angles and stuff, and like that shit was a pain in the ass to fucking do. I had my fucking garage set up for painting. I did it down in the basement, wrong light and shit, you know. I have to clean my garage out and everything, even though my Jeep won't fit in the garage. Actually, I might be able to squeeze it in there if I was clean right now. But when I put on my new wheels and stuff, it's like right now it would be real tight to pull it in the garage. And it's weird because when they built my fucking garage, cars were huge, but it can't fit a fucking car that was built back then, and it can't fit cars now. So. Maybe I'll put the Jeep on a boat and I'll come do some off-roading in Australia. I'd love to drive through the fucking outback and shit in a Jeep. That'd be great. Just pack all my gear up in it. Do an overlanding trip across Australia. I'd want to do an overlanding trip like on every continent. That'd be awesome. Need to figure out how to fucking get a solar panels on my roofs that I can keep my battery charged up, so I don't have to stop and charge my battery. Although I charge as while I'm driving, but if I could just have it charging while I'm driving to like really take it to the Sahara Desert and fucking drive my Jeep in the Sahara Desert. You know what I mean? Go investigate. What is it? Uluru? I forget what it is, but that big rock thing that I can't even go there anymore because people are assholes. We've talked about it before. I can't remember exactly what the fuck they call it. Y'all know what I'm talking about, BGs. People think like aliens land there and shit and fucking all kinds of crazy stuff. It's just a rock. It's just a rock. The Aboriginal people, they think that, it's got sacred meaning to them and everything like that. Yeah. Yeah, exactly, Drew. Yeah. Go there, check it out, see if we see any UFOs and stuff. Go take my Jeep and drive around the deserts of Egypt and shit. Looking at the pyramids. Showing everybody that no, that this was not built by aliens. You dumb fucks. Well, see, I think. Let me check here. Hold on. I'll definitely be coming to Washington because I believe I can get a fucking badge of honor there. Let me see here. Yep. So, because I want to get all the badge of honors. Oh, nope, sorry. Those are in Oregon. There's none. I'm surprised because Washington probably has some good off-road in there. There's no badge of honors there, but there is in Oregon, so I'll be close. And so, yeah, of course, we'll come up into Washington there, Jones side, and check some shit out. But I've got to get all these badges here. So I'll be doing a lot of road tripping. Which is cool because Jeep they're putting fucking charging stations up at all the trailheads for the badge honors, and that you can get a badge of honor on. And then they're gonna do other trailheads and stuff that aren't part of that, but they'll probably add other trails. All right, I can't smoke this blunt anymore. It's not smoking. I'm gonna have to roll another one. Roll your blunts. Yeah, Jilly. Now they have it. They do it through an app and stuff, but they have trails like obviously the Rubicon Trail, the Moab trails. There's a whole bunch of trails all through mainly in the United States, but there's a few in Mexico and Canada. And if you show that they track it on the app and stuff, you go there and you check in and you check out when you're done doing the trail, and it tracks you while you're on the trails, showing that you did these trails and stuff that that Jeeps are trail rated to go on and everything like that. And if you drive on these trails and stuff, Jeep sends you a badge of honor. It's a badge. You've probably seen Jeeps out there and stuff with them on there. You have the trail rated badge, and then you put them on the door underneath. When the driver's side filled up, you put them on the passenger side and stuff, showing that you've driven on these trails and everything like that most vehicles aren't capable of driving on, especially stock vehicles are capable of driving on. So that's one thing that Jeep does for Wrangler people. But you can do them on, like, with the Grand Cherokees and stuff, with like a Trailhawk. So yeah, they have the badges of honor and stuff. They've done that for a long time. Jeep does so much stuff for like the Wrangler people. It's crazy. Like everything that I got for my Jeep, like my wife's like, how come I don't have that? Even our Jeep costs just as much. And I'm like, well, it's because I have it's Jeep. It's an actual Jeep. You know what I mean? It's a different thing, because I have the Jeep Wave program and all this stuff, which they don't do that for other models of Jeeps and stuff, only for the Wrangler people. It's like, and they know that, like, Jeep has its own little world. It's its own thing. It's not a car. It's not a truck. It's a Jeep. We'll go take it looking for chupacabras or something. We'll go find some cattle mutilations. We'll look at it like Jeremy Corbell. Oh, wow, look at that. That was laser cut. Only a laser could cut that. Nope. Philip Blair, Jeep is not an SUV. A Jeep is a Jeep. Now, the government, you know what I mean, might label it as it's an SUV, but it's not. It's its own thing. Jeep's been around before SUVs and stuff. A Jeep is a Jeep. No other vehicle like it on the road. It's its own thing. You know what I mean? A lot of people try and copy it. Broncos. Fucking the Hummer. Well, the Hummer replaced in the military and stuff like that, but the Hummer really like tried to make it look just like, it's got the 7-slot grills in the Hummer and stuff, especially when they started making the other versions of the Hummers. The H3 totally looks like the fucking Wranglers do. Because they want people to have their own, but I just, you wouldn't understand unless you had a Jeep. I mean, really it's just a Jeep thing. It's just, and I've been, like I've said before, I've been a Jeep person since I was born. I came home from the hospital in a Jeep. Was driven to the hospital in the Jeep. I mean, my mother was driven to the hospital in the Jeep, and when I was going to be born, and obviously we came home in a Jeep. So just, oh, Spud wife, I'm sorry for you. It's okay. Just go trade it in for a Jeep. I mean, it's a Bronco's okay if you're just driving around every day and stuff, you know what I mean? But I don't know how much serious off-roading I'd want to do with it. Well, the ones that actually there's less than ones that actually were from the original Jeeps that were built for the war. There's less than 100 of them out there. That's the MAs, and then they had the MBs, where there's a little bit more of those. Those are the military ones, and then after that, then when the wars were done, they went to the CJs, the CJ2, the CJ2A. That's what I came home from the hospital in a 1948 CJ2A, and then they did the CJ3, the CJ. They went all the way up to CJ7s, and then they went with square headlights for some reason. The TJs and the YJs and the JKs, and now we got the JLs. But yeah, good luck finding one that's not fucking ridiculous money of the original ones that are left. And my fucking asshole of a fucking sperm donor there, he still has that Jeep. Like when I drive my wife's Grand Cherokee now, yeah, it's made by Jeep and everything. But it's not the same because I feel like I'm driving down the street and I see other Jeeps and I wave because I forget that I'm in her Jeep and not mine, and they don't wave back at me, and I'm like, they're not waving back at me. Well, the CJ, TJ, YJ, JK, JL, that's just the model number and stuff like that. The JKs were the first ones that came out with the 4 doors. And then now they continue, obviously, the 4 doors. The new style is the JLs, which they started in 2018. I could tell you what years they all ran from and stuff, too. I could do that with a lot of cars. I could tell you what model, how long a model ran for and shit. Anyway, a lot of fucking cars. It's great, though, because my kids always like, what kind of car is that? And I can tell them. Yep, I'm going to light up another blunt because I smoke fucking weed. Yeah, no, that's just the model, the letter that they give each model year a letter and stuff. I said the first ones were the Jeep MA, and it was the MBs, and then they went into the CJ line, but it didn't say I don't have CJ1s. It just went to CJ2s, CJ2A, and they had like 2C, 2B, and 2Cs. Yeah, it's just the way like all the cars, not like your Mercedes, the S500s and stuff like that. You got your S series and stuff like that. Whatever. It's just how they do it. Fucking weed. Of a 97 Jeep Talon. There's an Easter egg of that. I know where all the little Jeeps are on my Jeep. Got them in the headlights, on my wheels, in my dashboard, on the windshield. I'd take a Jeep. Land Cruisers are good, though. Land Cruisers are nice and everything like that. Not a bad vehicle, but I would go with a Jeep and everything. Bigger aftermarket community and stuff, and availability and shit for them. But Land Cruisers are, they're great vehicles and stuff. I'm not saying the Jeep is like the greatest vehicle in the world and everything. Like, there's a lot of good vehicles and stuff. If I couldn't have a Jeep, if I was somewhere and I had to pick, you know what I mean, and then the Land Cruiser was available, I would take that. I'm gonna get a winch. Yeah, I'm gonna change my bumper and stuff. Change my bumper and put a winch on and everything. So just in case, something happens and you get in a situation where you need to get pulled out, or if I need to pull somebody else out that's with me, or whatever it might be, I really did. We did get lucky that in that situation where I was, I could have been actually stuck there because, those ruts that we're going through and everything, they're normally, no problem, I can clear it. But when you have that much ice on it, I was literally on top of the ice and stuff, and my wheels had just enough to catch and pull me out and everything like that. Like if the ice was any thicker and stuff, I probably wouldn't have been able to do it, to get out of there and stuff, and somebody would have had to pull me out and stuff. That shit happens with any kind of car, but winches are always very handy to have when you're off-roading, That's normally not a trail that you would normally need a winch on and stuff. It was like a level 1 trail and shit, maybe a level 2, but gonna have a winch. I'll have everything. I'll have, traction boards and stuff. It's got to be all set up for overland and stuff. We're gonna be doing a bunch of trips and shit. I'll be camping and everything, No, I can charge my phone. I can use my Jeep to power my house, though. My phone is not powerful enough to charge the battery in my Jeep. But my Jeep can charge my phone. I could plug an extension cord in and run a whole bunch of shit off of that into my house. Like if I lost power that way, or I can just, they have a kit. I can put an inverter and stuff in the back of the Jeep, and then I can run everything into my house off of that, until the battery in the Jeep runs out. But you can run out stuff in the house for a long time off of the battery that I have in the Jeep, 17.5 kilowatts. So, keeping the heat going and the refrigerator going on things that you need during power outage and stuff, I can just use my Jeep. But I don't have to worry about that because we have solar panels, so no, we don't have to worry about if the power goes out. Well, actually, yeah, we do because at night, because we don't have the battery system yet. We got to get a battery for it. So we don't have anything for that. Since we use, at nighttime, we actually use power off the grid because we're still tied into the grid. Yeah, it's 1.21 gigawatts. I got the sticker on there. I want to find another little sticker that says that. I want to put it on the charging door when it's open. So when you open it up, it just says warning 1.21 gigawatts. Oh, all batteries are fucking expensive now, Jangle Stick. It's ridiculous. Fucking the price of car batteries, any car battery, any battery. Marine fucking deep cycles, fucking just a regular fucking little battery for a 12-volt fucking battery for your car is just, it's crazy how much they've gone up in the last fucking 5 years, 10 years. Shit, do you know how much the battery costs for my Jeep? not because it has a 12-volt system like a regular car and everything like that, but the battery that does everything else, it's fucking $10,000. Well, $10,000 to $13,000. And we have a generator too. I got a generator and stuff that we backfeed into the house that we had before the solar panels and stuff. So at nighttime, if we did lose power, I could put the generator on, or I could use the generator after the battery. Yeah, I got two batteries in my Jeep too. I got a regular 12-volt system, and then I have a 1.21 gigawatt system. Yeah, Drew J, it's gonna be all set up to do like overland and stuff, so we can go and camp out or whatever and shit. Or I can go and camp out because the wife ain't really. Gotta go camping one time, and she's like, I ain't doing that again. So she'll probably be like staying in a cabin while I'm camping. I'm trying to get her. I'm looking at. They have a setup because I have the one touch sky view roof, so you can't mount the normal tents and stuff on there. But I'm looking at now they're coming up with the things so the platform for the tent is up high enough so that the roof doesn't affect the roof. Or I could just not get the regular one and put it on when I'm going out and just not worry about it, because I want to get a tent to go on top of there, maybe, just so I'm up. I got I'm up away from Bigfoot and stuff, or at least I'm at his eye level when I'm sleeping. I don't know, Drew J, yet. That's what they say, that the cold affects the batteries and you get less life, and then you get less, miles per gallon or kilowatts per whatever, however they figure it out and stuff like that. I don't know because I got it in the cold, so I only know what it's like in the cold. But everybody says that once it starts to warm up and everything, and it's a warmer day and stuff, like you'll notice the difference. Like I'll get more out of the battery charge and stuff. But I've already gotten 28 miles is my best that I've gotten on a full charge, so that's pretty good. And that was a pretty fucking cold day when I did that too. So I mean, when it's warmer, I guess it will be better. But it's like that for all the cars, the Teslas, I guess, because the guy that first started telling me about it at the body shop, they got a bunch of Teslas and stuff too. And they're like, yeah, you could tell the difference in the wintertime. Even though because it has a heating system and stuff. That's why the battery, you only use 15 kilowatts when you're driving and stuff like that. It saves 2.5 kilowatts for it because it's 17.5. So that you use, when the 100% gets down to 0, there's still 2.5 kilowatts in there because it has to keep enough power so that it can heat itself in the wintertime and it cools itself off in the summertime. Just like Teslas, the Rivians, they all do that. They have to do that and stuff because otherwise the batteries would fucking go to shit way faster than they do. But, this battery is supposed to last like 10 years. I'll definitely have a new Jeep by then. But it's also covered for 10 years too. So if it has to be replaced by then, maybe I'll keep this one a little bit longer. I'll get it replaced just before the 10-year warranty is up and then get it for free. I'll keep it for a little longer. Who knows? I really want an all-electric one. So that's why I like everything that I do to this right now. I'm not going too crazy with it. I can put it all back to it, and because right now it's just a lease, and I can be like, here you go, take your lease back, and I want a fully electric one in 2 years. Well, 3 years. There you go. Yeah. Utes and pickup trucks and stuff are great for the driving. I'll probably, although the driving's pretty fucking closest driving to me is like an hour or so away, but we've gone a few times. I used to live right down the street from the driving, but yeah, we'll take the Jeep, and I have a mattress that fits in the back of the Jeep. It's the shape of the back and perfect. It's made for Jeeps and stuff, so I can put that in the back and watch the movie out that way. Yeah, there's not many left here either. There's 3 left in Massachusetts, although now they have what they call pop-up drive-ins, but they're not the same as going to an actual drive-in. They put one of those big blow-up screens in a parking lot and shit, and they play movies on them, like a mall parking lot. It's not the same as you go to the drive-in and shit like that. I don't know. My cousin's still in here. I know I saw his name pop up in there earlier. I didn't say everybody hi to every single person that was in here. I know I saw him say something earlier, but he'll remember. But I used to live right next to the fucking drive-in, and all summer long, we were at the drive-in. We didn't have a car though, because we'd just walk right through the woods right in, and if we didn't find somebody we knew, we'd just sit next to somebody. And you could hear it and everything like that and just watch movies for free all summer long. And that drive-in's actually still open, but I don't know how much longer it'll be open though. Yeah, see the speakers here. They when I was a kid and stuff, they had already gotten rid of this. They didn't have the speaker that clipped on your car. They just had the speaker that was right next to your car. You couldn't clip it and move it. They had already stopped doing that here and shit because so many people were fucking up the cars and breaking the speakers. So you had to park next to the speaker and the speaker would play into your car. You'd have to keep your windows down and stuff. And then they started doing it through the radio. You could tune to an AM station and shit. Yep, you did have to get there to get a fucking good speaker though, because all the speakers fucking most of them sucked. Well, there you go. You got one close. See, there's 3 drive-ins, but they're all an hour or more away from me. There are 3 nice drive-ins. Well, 2 of them are nice. One of them I haven't been to, but I hear it's all right. But fucking, this is one. See, I want a fucking cigarette after I smoke that blunt. That's all right. I'll just smoke another blunt. We'll do one more blunt too. Yeah, Jilly, they at the Kowloon they have a pop up. They had it up. Well, that's not there now. Of course I do that, Meta. I'm driving a Jeep. Jeep Wave. No, you can take your whole hand, but the official Jeep Wave logo thing, it shows you like this. You take 2 fingers up off the steering wheel and your thumb like that because you want to make sure you can hold it. Then you got the people like. That's why I was saying earlier, when I drive my wife's Grand Cherokee and stuff, when I see a Jeep and I'm driving just out of habit now, even though I've only had my Jeep a month and a half now, I'm just so used to it, like I'm waving to Jeeps when I'm in hers and they're not waving back to me. I think 1 or 2 people might have, but and I was sad. Then I got my Jeep back and I was driving in my Jeep and everybody was waving back. Actually, there's some people that don't wave back. It's usually like the old ladies that drive them, like the rich old ladies. I'm not saying it's usually like, especially when I'm delivering and shit, and I'm over on like fucking Marblehead and shit. A lot of the rich ladies and stuff there, they drive Jeeps. They got like the high altitude, which is like super fancy and shit with like painted bumpers and everything. And yeah, you can still take it off road, but you got a lot more shit you got to worry about fucking up and everything. So she ain't taking it off road. She just uses it because it's good in the snow. And then, but they don't usually wave back. Once in a while, you'll see, they'll wave back, but. Yeah, Jeep Grand Cherokees are really nice, and they're fully capable off road. Just you can take them on pretty much most things that you can take a Jeep on, especially if you're trail rated with the suspension. But there's a lot of stuff that you did. The Grand Cherokee has its limits though. You can never get the articulation and stuff out of a Grand Cherokee that you can with the fucking solid front axles and shit and rear axles, and being able to take your fenders off and have your wheels and stuff. Like Grand Cherokees look really funny when the wheels stick out so far so that they can have the articulation on when they're crawling over stuff like that without hitting the fenders and everything like that. So they have their limits with them. Yeah, I was just there today. Fucking, I kind of know now when I'm in that area and stuff which Jeeps I'm not waving at. If I see a Wrangler high altitude, I'm probably not waving at them. But if it's a Rubicon or a Sport or something like that, and something that you can tell that somebody, done a little bit of stuff to it, then yeah, I'll wave to them. But I go all over the place. I go to New Hampshire. I go down to Plymouth. I go all over the fucking place. Yeah, yeah. Pretty much, it's been there. It's been dying for a long time. It's again. We cover it all the time. I'm not going to go into it that much right now and shit. But it's there's nothing sustainable there. It's fantasy stories and shit at this point until something real actually fucking happens. And again, everybody's going to know about it. The fuck did I put the torch? Oh, yeah, I was rolling another blunt. See, what the fuck am I doing? I forget how far down are you? You're like way down on the Cape, though, aren't you? I don't usually. I've never gone all the way down there, fucking delivering and shit, like Plymouth and like around Plymouth. If you're near Plymouth, because that's like. Yeah, bikers will not. They'll nod to each other here too. Brad Gray, or they'll kind of lift up their hand. You know what I mean? Give a little wave. Not as much as it's like the Jeep is like it's like with no other vehicle. Like I said, it's its own little thing and everything like that. And Jeep is actually like the corporation and stuff is like integrated and made sure like that they take care of the people that are part of that Jeep community and shit. It's like it is. It's a whole other world and shit. I said I've had Grand Cherokees for a while. I drive Jeep, been driving Jeep branded products for fucking the last I don't know how long, and everything like that. But it's totally different when you actually have a Jeep. Jeep. Like you're instantly friends with everybody. Like with other cars and stuff, you got a Chevy. It doesn't mean just because somebody else has a Chevy Impala like you that they're gonna be like, hey, what's going on, man? Like that, you know. Even with like Chevy trucks or Ford trucks and stuff like that, it's not the same thing. Like, no, I haven't gotten ducked yet. Yeah, it's a thing. You get ducked. Yep. Oh, so CJ, maybe, yep. Right down there by Plymouth. Maybe if I'm down there. I'm not down there a lot, but I do go down that way sometimes. But yeah, it's just that actually cool. K that actually started, I believe, in Canada. The Jeep ducking. Some lady in Canada started doing that, I believe, and then it just caught on and shit, and like people duck Jeeps and everything. So. Oh, there's a wave for the Honda Element. See, all the everything tries to copy Jeep because the Jeep Wave has been around since like way back in the day, like when people started to drive Jeeps, civilians and stuff like that after the war and everything like that. They would nod and wave to each other as they saw each other driving down the street, and it just stayed like that. You go read the whole history and everything about Jeep. It's fucking. I mean, the history of Ford Jeep is technically a Ford. It's actually three companies. It's Bantam, Willis Overland, and then Ford, who made the original ones. Bantam is the one who came up with the design. Willis Overland had the 4-wheel drive system for it, and Ford could produce the bodies and everything like that. But then after the war, John Willis was the only one smart enough to keep the patents and everything and take the name of all that stuff. And he kept on producing them and stuff. He saw the potential and he made them and shit like that. But the whole culture sprang up around it and everything after the wars and stuff. All the people coming home from the wars and stuff, they did it and stuff, and it just became this whole thing that spread out. Just besides military people and stuff, everybody wanted to have a Jeep, and when they had a Jeep, they just Manchester by the Sea. Whew. Ipswich. The meta, the courthouse was fucking. You should see it now. It's like it's gonna. You're not even gonna know what it looked like before, unless you saw it before. It's gonna be completely fucking different. They're changing that whole shit up. New England, Brad Gray. That's why everything here sounds like fucking places in England. Because they're all named after people who came here from England. Yeah, what are you talking about? The North Shore Jangle stick? Yeah, all up there, right, past Lynn. Yeah, it's all rich people. It's all really rich fucking people. Like I said, I was in Marblehead. I drove past the $35 million fucking house on the fucking cliff there, overlooking the fucking everything. There's fucking some ridiculous houses up there. Oh, fucking shit. Yeah, once you go from Lynn to like Linfield, it's like you literally you cross this imaginary line. You're like, whoa. It's ridiculous, Brad. Yeah, there's a lot of like where I was today. The lot of the mansions, I mean, they're really fucking big, huge mansions and shit, fucking tens of $1 million mansions and stuff. But they're really old mansions. They're modernized, obviously now and shit. That's why they're so more. But because Marblehead, rich people live there all year long, but a lot of the rich people, that's where they summered. Even though it's Boston's right there, they would work in Boston. Because back in the day, people didn't work all year round and stuff. They would work in the fall, in the winter, and in the spring, and like towards the end of spring, then they would go away to their summer places. But their summer places weren't that far away usually. They had a house in the city, and they would have a house just right outside the city near the beach or something like that. You know, a father, he might have to go back. The husband, he might have to go back into town. To do a little bit of business throughout the summer and stuff. But most of the whole family would be at the summer houses and stuff. Which college? I don't even fucking. I can't remember which college is in fucking Swampscott. Uh, yep. Yes, it does, Jilly. Yes, it does. Probably more than doubles. It packs them. They'll pack people into those fucking summer rental houses. Houses that should be having like 4 people in them. There's like 10. Population goes way up. I don't even remember that one. Yep, that's where I was today. I started in Lynn, Swampscott, up in the Marblehead. That's why I like my job, because I go all over the fucking place. I see everything. And I love my Jeep because I just drive by the gas station. The last time I put gas in my car, Jilly, you'll know this because how the gas, you know the gas prices around in Jangle Stick and stuff. But the last time I put gas in my car, it was $3 a gallon. That's how long ago it was. It's not really that long ago. It was like 2.5 weeks ago, or 2 weeks ago, about 2 weeks ago. I got gas for $2.99. And now that shit is like $4.59. So I am using the battery and electric as much as I possibly can. I've been getting really lucky too when I go after I fucking done one job and I go to my other job. There's a fucking free charging station there, and it's been fucking. There's only 2 of them though. There's usually Teslas parked there, or a minivan. I'm like, the fuck, and they're not even cool Teslas or anything like that. You know what I mean? They're just like the 85s. They're not like fucking a 90 or a 100. You know, a Plaid. But I've been getting lucky, so when I'll only have to use a little bit of gas to get there, and then I can charge up and I can get home on my battery. Yeah, it's a hybrid, Brad Gray. It's a plug-in hybrid, so it's always it, and it's never fully a gas. Never will run fully gas. It will always use the battery, the electric motors and stuff. Even when it says 0 and there's nothing left on the thing, and it's switching, it's using mostly the gas engine then, but it will switch over and stuff when you're sitting at like lights and stuff, and it will use it and stuff because you charge it. The battery charges while you're driving on the gas motor. It doesn't take long to charge it back up to 100% either. So I don't have like I could drive like probably 30 miles and I'll have 100% battery or close to 100%, and then I can drive another 20-25 miles on that depending on the terrain and everything I'm on. But it has 3 modes. I've explained it before, but it has 3 modes. So when you get in and you start it, it goes into hybrid mode. Hybrid mode is mostly electric. It's like you know, it will do like electric unless you actually need the gas motor. Like if I really hit the accelerator and I need all that power, all 375 horses and 470 foot-pounds of torque, boom, gas engine kicks on. Electric motors, full power, both of electric motors, because it has 2 electric motors, boom, I get all that power and you fucking take off like a rocket. Okay, so that's hybrid, so it will stay that, and then when that goes down, it will go over to the gas engine predominantly, but it will still use the electric, you know, for short distances. Like it knows you're coming to a stoplight or you're slowing down, so it will switch over to electric motor and stuff. And then as you go through the light or whatever, it will use the electric motors for a little bit, and then it'll switch back over to gas and it'll charge itself up for a little bit. Then you have electric mode. When it's in electric mode, it's really hard to get the gas engine to kick on in electric mode unless you get down to 0, and then it will automatically switch over to hybrid and use the gas hybrid system. Unless you really, really need the gas engine when you're in electric mode, like you got to be in a situation where it's like, okay, yeah, we really need to do it. It will stay fully electric in that. Even if you're really getting on the accelerator and stuff, but if say you're really on the accelerator and you're going up some steep terrain and it really needs a whole shitload of power, then you do it. But it's slower when it's just in all electric mode like that. And then you have what's called e-save. Now, e-save is when when you put e-save on, it's all gas. It will switch over to the electric a little bit. It's predominantly the gas, but it will switch over to the electric motors again when you're cruising on the highway. You know how you lose speed when you start to go up a hill and stuff, so you got to give it more gas to maintain the same speed. Well, on the highway when I'm going up, that's how I get great gas mileage too, because I don't have to give it more. I don't have to hit the accelerator to keep it at the same speed. It knows, it can tell that it's going up a hill, so it kicks in a little bit of that electric motor and it keeps it so I go the same speed without using any more gas than I'm using, and I stay at the constant speed. You know, and when it's in e-save, it's called e-save because that's when it's charging the battery back up the most. Like in the other systems, like electric mode, it's not charging at all. Hybrid, it's charging up a little bit, but when it's in e-save, that's when you can really recharge the battery and stuff. So if I use all my battery, if I go out and I'm on electric and I get down to my battery and I still have a lot of driving to do, when I get to 0, I'll switch over to e-save and I'll charge the battery back up, so then I can switch it back over to go home and do the rest of my driving on electric again. But if I only say I use my battery gets down and I use it, it gets to 0, and I don't have that much driving to go to get home, I'll just stay on the hybrid system because, like I said, I still get good gas mileage because it will switch up and it will do the other things. Well, like if I'm on the highway, it will kick in that electric motor when I'm up on steep, going up hills and stuff like that. So you don't have to worry about it. Good night, Cool K. So, yeah. I mean, the range is only, 20, because where I live and stuff, I'm in a lot of traffic. That's the one thing I don't like about the when it's in electric mode. It doesn't shut everything off completely, and it's still sitting there using the electric battery, and you're losing power and stuff. Whereas, like, if I'm in e-save and I come up to a light, the engine and the electric motors don't. It shuts the engine off, and it will shut the electric motor off, and it doesn't. It's weird. So there's a few things with it and stuff like that, which they say they're working in. They'll have updates to the system where it will do things differently and everything like that. But other than that, it's nothing that I would like. I don't want this thing. Just a few little things. The fucking thing is crazy. Earlier tonight, there was a kid. He thought he was like, he probably thought that my Jeep was like, just a stock Sahara, or just whatever, and he had like an exhaust and something. I don't know. He might have had the 6-cylinder. It sounded like the 6-cylinder. It didn't sound like he had the turbo 4-cylinder or diesel. But he thought he was all cool, and he was revving his engine and stuff. And he gave the Jeep wave, and then he thought he was cool, and he took off because he was next to me at the light, and like he took off and he went, and I'm like, oh, I'll let him think that, okay, yeah. And I was in electric mode at that point, so I just reached down and I went into hybrid mode so that it would kick on the gas motor too when I hit the gas at the light. And I even let him get the light a little bit. I let him take off on the light, and think that he was going to get me. And then I just hit the gas and I went boom, and I zoomed past him and the other people because I was in the middle lane, and I was just boom, got up. And at the next light, the kid came up to me with the biggest fucking grin on his face, and he was like waving and giving me like peace and everything like that. And he's like, wow. And I was like, he let me go in front of him after that too. Like he didn't try at that light and stuff. He's like, he just kind of was like, yeah, he knew he wasn't beating me off the line that time. Wasn't beating me. And I let him. I could have smoked him at the line, but I was like, yeah, I'll just kind of roll off and I'll hit it when he thinks that he's got it. You know what I mean? Oh, of course you can use electric mode when I'm on the trails. That's what the e-save, that's what they, that's when they're telling you and stuff. That's what they say e-save is for, so you can have charge up before you get to the trail, when you're at home, and then you put it on e-save to drive to the trail, so you have that full battery when you get to the trail, and you can switch it over to electric or hybrid and everything like that. Yeah, my videos that I put up, I'm in electric the whole time. Oh, there was a couple of times I think the gas motor might have kicked on when I was doing it, but yeah. It's a Jeep that runs on a battery. They didn't compromise on it being a Jeep at all. It will do everything that every other Jeep will do, even being 800 pounds heavier. Actually, that's actually a benefit for this Jeep because of the batteries in the center, and they put it down kind of low, but it's, they had to put the back seat up a little bit, but because the batteries and then the motor right there in between, the electric motor, the main electric motor is in between the engine and the transmission, and there's how it works is crazy fucking complicated and shit like that, but that's why it switches between them so smooth. But because all that weight is right there in the center of the Jeep that's not in the other Jeeps that are, just a gas powered Jeep, this Jeep handles way better than any Jeep I've ever driven in my life. It is fucking awesome that I can fucking go down the highway at 100 miles an hour in a Jeep Wrangler, a brick on skate wheels. Brad. Yeah, that's why you can hear. That's what you can, you don't hear no engines or anything. You can just hear my tires crunching over the ice and the rocks and everything, and no engine at all. Like I said, I think it did kick on in a little bit during one of the videos, but only for probably like a minute or so. It probably only kicked on thinking that it needed to fucking have that power, because if it hasn't been on when the gas engine turns on, it runs in a high rev, like most cars do, but this does it really fast. It's a 30-second thing to warm the engine up super fast. Like the gas engine in this thing warms up wicked fast. And so it goes into that, and you'll stay in electric mode until it warms up to the right temperature after about 30 seconds. And then it will switch into a gas motor, or it will give you both of them at the same time. And I have brake regen, so I don't ever have to use my brake pedal until I'm actually coming to a complete stop. I got to actually hold my foot on the pedal so I'll stay stopped. Otherwise, I'll stay rolling at 3 miles an hour. But the regen motor, all I do is I take off my foot off the gas, and the regen motor kicks in, starts charging my battery up, and I slow down. So you don't go through brakes or anything. It's fucking awesome. And when you do that, when you let off your foot on this and you have the max regen on and stuff like that, because it slows down so much, like you're putting your foot on the brake lights light up so the people behind you know, and they don't rear end you. Because you do, when you let off your foot and stuff, and like completely, and it goes into regen mode, you can feel it, and you can tell, like, you're like, wow, that's fucking crazy. And that's just the one of the electric motors just slowing everything down. It's sending all that regenerative power right back into the battery. It's fucking awesome. And it's a Jeep. Datsuns are cool. My buddy Randy had a Datsun. He probably still has it. I don't remember which one he had, but have I seen yours? No, I haven't seen yours. Why? You have one? You have a Datsun B? Demolish what meta? My first car was a 75 Chevy Nova. Oh, this blunt might almost be done. It's not staying lit again. It's fucking weed. It's crazy. There's like a quarter of the blunt left, and it's just always so much resin, and it's just fucking so hard to hit and putting itself out right now. I'm gonna probably have to press some of this shit. You press this stuff, it's fucking purple. I don't think they made a 4-door Z. Do. Really sucks fucking smoking a blunt by myself right now. Minis are fun little cars. You can fucking whip the shit out of them. You can do a lot of crazy fucking shit in a fucking mini. Peace, Robin. Oh yeah, they are. You can fucking fit those minis into the tightest little spot. Just rip that e-brake and just flip it. Could never own a mini though. Can't go anywhere with a mini. My Jeep, I can go anywhere. I don't need roads. Where I'm going, I don't need roads. I'll fucking carry a chainsaw around with me. No, I probably will have a chainsaw in the gear and everything like that. You know what I mean? It's good to have when you're out there overland and shit. You never know. When you could be on a trail and you got to move a fucking tree out of the way and shit. So always be prepared. I was a Boy Scout once. I wouldn't try and do a fucking handbrake with my Jeep into a parking spot, but I can fit into some pretty fucking tight parking spots. It's great. Even being the 4-door. Oh yeah, Italian Job was a cool little movie when the mini scene there. That was like the best part of the movie and shit. Them whipping around in the minis and stuff. That's why I said they're really cool. They're fun little cars to drive. You can fucking, you can do some really cool things with. You can have a lot of fun in a mini. Like even just not parking a mini with the handbrake, just going around corners. Every corner you go around, just like in the movie, just. But you ain't taking that mini up the mountain that I'm taking it up. Or that I'm taking my Jeep up, or where I'm going to take my Jeep, you know? All right, I'm going to see if I can get this blunt to light one last time. Yeah. What's up, XXX? Yeah, we're almost done here. And there won't be a replay because fucking I'm over my StreamYard limit right now on this channel. Do. Yeah, he's making a hub of something. I don't know. Fuck that dude's doing. Fuck is wrong with him? He certainly ain't making anything sitting at his house in fucking Colorado or whatever, and fucking that fucking supposed hangar that he owns that he doesn't own. Is in fucking like, what is it? It's in like upstate New York or something. Lots being done, I guess. Lots being done. Maybe still got to break down that other. Maybe that's what we'll do next week. We'll break down the fucking rest of that Wilcox shit. Maybe he'll do some streams again before that. Maybe he'll stream again. That dude, he's out there on another fucking something. That's it. The last blunt has been smoked, everybody. Have a good night. Until next week. Or maybe there might be something happening before then. Who knows? Who knows what's going to happen? We'll have to see. We'll have to wait and see. And if something does happen, that's, So, but all right, everybody. I am out of here. Good night. Peace. Be safe.